Thanks for coming. As mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit about Gen AI, analytics. My name is Tal Krajanski. I'm the VP of Solution Engineering at Sisense. And Sisense is an analytics platform as a service. You probably heard that phrase a lot. But really where we focus is embedding analytics into your apps that your either internal users or customers use. Right? And what does that mean? Right? Most likely analytics is an afterthought, for a developer at least. Also, developers don't really care that much about modeling data to make sure that that data is there and ready for consumption. Somebody else is usually dealing with that. Sisense makes that extremely easy. How do we do that? AI across the board, we help connect all your data sources. Once those are connected, model them with some auto modeling recommendations. And with that, within the platform itself, you can actually create widgets, dashboards, et cetera, and then we generate code that you could use to embed into your apps. That's option one. Option two, which we'll probably demo here a little bit today, is actually you can use our Compose SDK plus our API, AI available with that API, that allows you to then either provide your developers easy experience for embedding these analytics in your apps, or your end users also could have seamless analytical experiences. All pretty simple to do. So, I'm not a huge fan of PowerPoint. We'll just move right into a demo. So let's kind of work backwards a little bit. As mentioned before, what's Sisense? Sisense Fusion is a platform that allows you to do all those things that I was just talking about before. Connect your data seamlessly, model that data seamlessly, have your data scientists be able to do those things without really having to know how to write any code. But more importantly, then take that and let your developers embed code into their apps that your customers and your prospects and your users are using. And what does that look like? So after I connect, let's just say Redshift, Snowflake, whatever it may be, very easily through the app itself, I can see the model. It's generated for me auto-magically. And with that, I can also generate inside the platform itself some dashboards. Kind of cool, not really that powerful yet, until I start to play around from a developer experience perspective. All of this could generate inside the platform via our AI assistant. You could add these dashboards, these widgets to a dashboard via AI. You don't have to really write any code. But the cool part comes into play when I want to embed the code into my own app, right? We're not really talking much about BI or analytics these days. What we do and where our strong suit is embedding and empowering your developers to embed those analytical experiences. Now with that, here's a quick sample app that we've created. So in this case, I'm going to play two roles. I'm a developer, and I'm trying to figure out what to make out of my data set, how to make sure my model's accurate so it can support me from a coding standpoint. And then we'll look at what we can do from an end user standpoint within our apps that we've developed with AI. And specifically how that AI can drive the analytic experience for my customers. So the first thing I want to do is, as a developer, I really want to kind of play around and influence my data set and my data model. But I don't really know how to do that. So what I'm going to do is say, create a database with marketing info. Pretty easy to do. I want to use voice, by the way, but it's just picking up everything else. So what it's doing here, as it's thinking, it's going to create sort of like a semantic model for me on the fly and auto-generate sample data for me. So as a data modeler, what I could do is now play around with this data set inside Fusion. Right? I didn't have to really do anything. I didn't have to tell it which data sources to connect to. It knew that, it figured it out. And what it did is then generates that schema for me, and I can create it inside the platform itself. So from a developer standpoint, I've kind of taken the logic and the brain work out of having to figure out what that means. Now, additionally, let's just say, as a developer, I wanted to express some experiences from an analytics standpoint inside my app. So let's just say I have an e-commerce app and a bunch of CMOs use that app. And what they really care about is being able to talk to their data sets. They don't want to have to go to another BI tool or to another subset of information to try and figure that out. So me as a developer who has built e-commerce marketing tech app X, I wanted to inject that code that we just looked at before through the app, but I want to do it through AI, and I want AI to be able to drive the experience for me. So show me, let's say, show me revenue for this year in a line chart. Pretty simple and straightforward. And what it's doing is using Sisense's Compose SDK to visualize this, our RESTful APIs, and our Gen AI and chatbot injected into my app that an end user now can actually become a data scientist of their own. Right? So in this case, if I'm a CMO, let's say, and I just wanted to go a little bit deeper here, create an entire thing, share that, maybe take some actions on that, I could do that all through our APIs and our AI. Even to the point where I can say, send this as an email to my CMO. And it's generating what it needs to generate. It already has all of the data in NLQ, puts it into that email template, understands who I need to send it to, and now not only have I visualized that information as an end user using my app, but I also can make that information accessible and actionable, and I can send that off to whomever I want to send that, in this case, in an email or whatever it may be. Now, back to quickly just taking a look here. Take one quick step back. Some of the things that we're currently doing now, just to pinpoint around connections and partnerships with data sources and data providers. A lot of the folks in this room are already live connections that you could just use right out of the box. We're already in conversations with Q Developer and Bedrock to see what we can do more around the LLM side of things, around, I don't like to say the word co-pilot, but a co-pilot code generator type of thing with Q. So those things are in progress and in talks. And the last thing I'll kind of leave you guys with is just, you can go to Sisense.com, go to the playground if you're a developer. Everything that I showed you is there. You can play with it, you can use it. There's no cost for it. And then I'm sure one of our lovely salespeople will talk to you about how you can get a little bit further deep into the platform. So thank you guys all. Enjoy the rest of the conference. We're at booth 225 today over by the AWS Partner area. So stop by and we can go deeper into any kind of demo. Thank you guys all.